En Itzel Díaz platicó con el director galés Peter Greenaway. Él estuvo en San Miguel de Allende, donde está filmando su última película, Eisenstein, en Guanajuato. Ellos hablaron sobre las influencias del director, cómo empezó su carrera y por qué escogió grabar en México. Vamos a ver lo que le dijo.
Well, you can see in a curious way that, cinema is full of chaos, huge amounts of shifting, moving around, notions of pretense, ideas of, creation, which is very artificial. I feel comfortable in a suit. I was trained as a painter, yes. I think ever since I was a young adolescent at a ridiculously naive age, that was the main thing I wanted to do. So I went to art school and had an art education and tried to make it as a painter, but of course it's very, very difficult to be a successful painter. But I think I was always frustrated, and maybe this sounds very, very simplistic, but the fact that paintings did not have soundtracks. So now I'm making paintings with soundtracks.
Ladies of the court, your eminencies, ladies and gentlemen. The Billiken Company from Den Haag in the Netherlands is pleased to present to you the discovery of original carnal sin by Adam and Eva in the Garden of Eden.
It was my fascination with music, and I've worked with some extraordinary musicians and composers in the last 30 years, to be able to make a combination of a fascination of dialogue, spoken dialogue, almost, theatrical dialogue. I come from the same country as Shakespeare, and he's part of our heritage, and I try to write scripts which really are very, I wouldn't say literary, but certainly use the English language. Most of my scripts aren't about pass me the salt down, please. They're not like that. And I want actors to remember the script. I don't want them to ad-lib. But, you come across circumstances, conditions of the weather, suddenly a flock of birds flies across your camera frame. Sometimes maybe an actor might forget the lines and put something in which is even better than what I wrote. So it would be very stupid to deny that sense of spontaneity. I try very hard to make a cinema which is primarily about the image and not about the text. And and I know, I think, that all cinema is very text-based. I don't think you've ever seen a film that did not start life as a text. And I want all my films to start life as an image. I would travel by the idea, if it itches, you have to scratch it. So, of course, the Pillar Book is full of text. But it's text as image as well as text as text.
Right, pictures up, Silencio, take one.
Well, it was nice and cloudy, those cloudy, it was good. Let's do it again. Our imaginations are amazing. Our imaginations are probably the greatest thing in the universe. But what we can imagine and then try to reproduce, there's a huge gap of dissatisfaction. We're trying to make a 1930s film on a very small budget, and we have a noisy, busy, alive town around us. So we sort of get in the way of people's normal lives, and I can realize that's irritating and annoying. But we struggle to try and make it work.
Hey, cut. Good. Thank you.
There is a way this city is in somewhat of a time warp. It seems all the buildings, are before 1930, most of them are. So with care and selecting our shots, I think we can convince people that we are in here, in this city, in 1930.
Enrique, describe the color red to a blind man.
But I think it's always very important for me to continually go back to painting, to be, should we say, electrocuted again into the whole business about the extraordinary nature of sight and seeing. And the film we're talking about now is full of references to that. It's full of references about blindness, which means no sight. It's about your eyes becoming tired with too much looking, about the desire constantly to keep your eyes open and to be amazed, indeed, at the visual splendors and excitements of the world.
Peter